Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. Today's a pretty nice show. NBA Stanley Cup playoffs, Major League Baseball, soccer, golf, Masked Singer and Survivor, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the NBA playoffs. We'll go over the two games from yesterday, and we have two more games tonight. Sixers over the Celtics, 115-103 to take a 3-2 series lead. Impressive win for Philly. That game wasn't as close as the final score indicated. Jason Tatum had 36 points in defeat with 10 boards and 5 assists. Joel Embiid, 33 points in the victory. Nuggets over the Suns, 118-102 to take a 3-2 series lead. Nikola Jokic, 29 points, 13 boards, 12 assists. Devin Booker had 28 in defeat, and he kind of rolled over his ankle in the first quarter, so and he seemed okay as the game went on, but just to keep that in mind. All right, two games tonight, two elimination games, 7:30 TNT Heat Knicks. I ain't equal Jim Jackson on the call, unless they put Kevin and Reggie there. I got Knicks 2.5 total, 222 and 19/20. We have on FanDuel here New York by 3.5 total, 209.5. Over still the pick. I know the series has gone under, but someone's due to get hot from three. And then I think Miami covers the number, but I'm giving out the over for the pick. 10 o'clock TNT Lakers Warriors. Warriors facing elimination at home too. It's Brian Anderson and Stan Van Gundy on the call here. I have Warriors only by a half total, 233 and 9/20, and it's 7 and 226. That is way too high. I'm going to take the over for the game because I think the total's low as well, but I know one of these underdogs is going to win outright, whether it's the Lakers at plus 260 or Miami at plus 138. Gunpoint is Miami because we should have known about this series not going far when the Knicks barely beat them in Game 2 without Jimmy Butler. We should have known. So I do think Miami's probably going to win, but I think that at least Golden State will force a Game 6. So that's my gut right now. If any of the dogs went outright, it's Miami, and the Warriors force a Game 6. All right, now move on to the NHL playoffs. We had two games last night, and we have two more tonight. The Hurricanes absolutely destroyed the Devils 6-1 to take a 3-1 series lead. The number 3 started game with a goal and assist. Brent Burns, number 2, started game with 2 goals. Martin Necas, number 1, started game with a goal and 2 assists. We have Jordan Martinook. So now the Devils facing elimination in Game 5 on Thursday night. And then the Stars beat the Kraken 6-3 to even up that series at 2 apiece. The number 3 started game with 2 goals and an assist. Max Domi, number 2, started game with a goal and an assist. Thomas Hartley, and the number 1 started game with 2 goals. Jaden Schwartz for the Kraken. All right, 2 games tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN. You have the Maple Leafs and the Panthers. Panthers are a win away from the conference finals. The Leafs trying to get on the board in the series. The Leafs are minus 120. The Panthers are even money. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 138. Unders plus 112. Leafs minus 1.5 is plus 190. Panthers plus 1.5 is minus 235. All right. So they always say in sports that something dramatic has to happen in the postseason if you are to break a long championship drought. So the Leafs, in theory, have to do something dramatic if they want to keep their hopes of ending their drought alive, which is coming back from a 3-0 deficit. So they are actually favored to win the game at minus 120. The Panthers are even money. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 138. Unders plus 112. Leafs minus 1.5 is plus 190. Panthers plus 1.5 is minus 235. And the Panthers are a win away from the conference finals after being swept in the semifinals last year by the Lightning. So there's a lot of subplots to this game. So, remember what I said about the Leafs down the road. If, they, somehow make the series somewhat interesting or even come back. So, my pick for here, I'm going to go with the Maple Leafs over 3.5 goals at plus 102, but I do not feel good about it. 10 o'clock on ESPN, Golden Knights Oilers game 4. Edmonton looking to bounce back after losing to Vegas in game 3 on Tuesday. Edmonton's minus 184. Vegas is plus 152 over under 6.5. Overs minus 152. Unders plus 124. Vegas plus 1.5 is minus 152. Oilers minus 1.5 is plus 126. The over, I feel like, is a given. And the over goals is a given. First period goals feels like a given. So, for this one, I'm going to go over 7. Total goals flat line. Over 7 at plus 102. So, gunpoint, who wins their games? I'm going to say the Panthers are just on a heater. I mean, you could argue Toronto should have won game 3 in overtime. And Toronto hasn't played a good game in the series. So I'm going to say the Leafs win. And I'm going to say the Oilers win. To keep that dream Stanley Cup final matchup alive for yet another day. All right, Major League Baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday. And we have a nice slate for today. Guardians over the Tigers 2-0. Orioles over the Rays 4-2. Rockies over the Pirates 10-1. Yankees over the A's 10-5. Reds over the Mets 7-6. Phils over the Blue Jays 8-4. Braves over the Red Sox 9-3. White Sox over the Royals 4-2. Dodgers over the Brewers 6-2. Padres over the Twins 6-1. Cards over the Cubs 6-4. Angels over the Astros or vice versa 3-1. So Ohtani lost. Didn't get run support. Marlins over the D-backs 6-2. Mariners over the Rangers 5-0. And Giants over the Nats 4-1. So best bet lost. All right, today's game is 12:30. You have the A's at the Yankees from the stadium. Yankees going for the sweep in their 4th win in 5 days. Kyle Muller and Johnny Burrito. Yanks minus 250. A's plus 205. Over under 9. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. A's plus 1.5 is plus 104. Yankees minus 1.5 is minus 125. That matinee game before the next series is always somewhat tricky. The Yankees have a big series against the Rays coming up at the stadium over the weekend. I wouldn't be shocked if this is kind of a trap game for them. I'm not picking Oakland outright. I almost did yesterday. But 5.5 total runs is high. So I'm going to go under Yankees 5.5 runs, minus 115. Maybe they win like 5-3. And that's still a win for the Yankee under bet. So I can see both teams kind of like not sleepwalking, but going under their run total here. Also 12:30 Rockies Pirates. Antonio Senzatella and Rich Hill. Pirates minus 148. Rockies plus 126. Over under 8.5 minus 110 each way. Rocks plus 1.5 is minus 154. Pirates minus 1.5 is plus 128. Senzatella was good in his last start. Rich Hill has kind of faltered of late. So, I'm going to go under 4.5 Pirate runs, minus 114. 1 o'clock Tigers Guardians. Eduardo Rodriguez and Peyton Battenfield. Guardians minus 120. Tigers plus 102. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 102. And there's minus 120. Tigers minus 1.5 is plus 164. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 200. Erod's pitching really good this year. I'm going to take the Tigers at plus 102 outright as a dog. 1:30 Dodgers Brewers. Clayton Kershaw, Wade Miley. Good pitching matchup there. Dodgers minus 164. Brewers plus 138. Over under 8. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Dodgers minus 1.5 is even money. Brewers plus 1.5 is minus 120. Full game under. 3:30. Marlins D-backs. Edward Cabrera. Merrill Kelly. D-backs minus 144. Marlins plus 122. Over under 9. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 170. D-backs minus 1.5 is plus 140. For this one, I'm going to go with under 4 Marlin runs, minus 110. Nats Giants, 345. Josiah Gray and Sean Manaea. Giants minus 152. Nats plus 128. Over under 8.5, minus 110 each way. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 164. Giants minus 1.5 is plus 136. I'm going to go with the Nationals outright at plus 128. 4 o'clock, Blue Jays Phillies from Citizens Bank. Kevin Gausman, Zach Wheeler. Pretty nice pitching matchup. Phils are favored, minus 118. Jays are even money, over under 8.5. Overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Jays minus 1.5 is plus 158. Phils plus 1.5 is minus 192. Tough one. But I'm going to go with under 8.5 runs, minus 114. Astros Angels. Christian Javier and Griffin Canning. Astros minus 120. Angels plus 102. Over under 9.5. Minus 110 each way. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 126. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 152. That's a hard one. I'm going to go under 4.5 Angel runs, minus 112. 6:30 Rays O's. Jalen Beeks, Dean Kremer. Rays minus 122. Orioles plus 104. Over under 9.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Rays minus 1.5 is plus 130. O's plus 1.5 is minus 156. Neither of these guys have been very good. I like full game over at even money. Mets Reds. Justin Verlander and Hunter Green. So I think the Reds are going for the sweep here. No, they have 2 more games left. I thought the series started Monday. It started Tuesday. So the Mets are minus 172. The Reds are plus 144. Over under 9. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Mets minus 1.5 is minus 105. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 114. For this one, I'm going to go with over 3.5 Reds runs, minus 108. Don't feel good about it, though. 7:20 Red Sox Braves. Brian Balo, we don't know, is going for Atlanta. The line has not been posted yet. But maybe I'll look at over Braves runs as my pick. White Sox Royals. Lance Lynn, Brad Keller. White Sox minus 136. Royals plus 116. Over under 9.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 114. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 137. I'm going to go full game over. Padres Twins. Seth Lugo, Pablo Lopez. Twins minus 130. Padres plus 110. Over under 8.5. Minus 110 each way. Padres plus 1.5 is minus 188. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 155. I'm going to go with the full game under. Don't feel good about it. And last but not least, Cards Cubs from Wrigley. Jordan Montgomery and Justin Steele. Cardinals going for the sweep. The Cubs are slight favorites, minus 112. Cards minus 104. Over under 9 or 8. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Cards minus 1.5 is plus 160. Cubs plus 1.5 is minus 194. Justin Steele's been everything the Cubs have asked this year, and they have to avoid the sweep. So I'm going to go with the Cubs straight up at minus 112. All right, now move on to soccer. We actually had U.S. Open last night. We forgot to make the picks for it. Oh, well, so we'll just go over the results from the round of 32 here. Charlotte over Orlando 1-0. Miami over Charleston 1-0. Pittsburgh over New England 1-0. Red Bulls over DC United 1-0. Chicago over St. Louis 2-1. How about this? Mini Philly 3-3. And then penalties. Minnesota advances 7-6 on penalties over the Philadelphia Union. So that was a pretty big upset there. Colorado over Sacramento 4-2, and LAFC over Monterey Bay. It was 2-2 draw, but LAFC advances 5-4 on penalties. So the other half, 7 o'clock, Cincinnati against NYCFC. Let's see. Cincinnati plus 105, NYCFC plus 220, draw plus 230 or 240. That's a hard one. I like Cincinnati at home plus 105. Loudoun and Columbus. Loudoun plus 230, Columbus minus 145, draw plus 270. I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals at even money. Birmingham, Memphis at 8. Birmingham plus 135, Memphis plus 165, draw plus 240. I'm going to go with Memphis at plus 165. 8:30, Houston, KC. Houston minus 105, KC plus 240, draw plus 250. I'm going to go with Houston at home minus 105. Nashville, Dallas. Nashville minus 115, Dallas plus 290, draw plus 230. I like Nashville at home minus 115. 9 o'clock, Austin and New Mexico. Austin minus 220, New Mexico plus 490, draw plus 320. Austin has not played well. I'm going to go with the draw plus 320. Don't feel good about it. 10:30, LA Galaxy, Seattle. That's a good one. Galaxy plus 110, Seattle plus 210, draw plus 230. I'm going to go with the draw plus 230. And last but not least, Portland, Salt Lake. Portland minus 115, Salt Lake plus 260, draw plus 260. I'm going to go with Portland at home at minus 115. We had UEFA yesterday, but we missed it. Real Madrid, Man City, 1-1 draw. And then today, 3 o'clock, you have Milan and Inter Milan. Milan's plus 210, Inter's plus 150, draws 2-1. I'm going to go with Inter at plus 150. They're on a heater at the moment. We have to see if there's anything else that we have to touch on here. We have Europa tomorrow, the semifinals. So if I forgot about the Open, I can't believe I missed it on that one. So we're pretty much good for soccer. All right, now we'll do golf. I'll make a pick and go over tee times for the AT&T Byron Nelson. All right, tee times. 7:30, Henrik Norlander, Tengson Pond, Sangmo Bay, Alex Baddeley, Sangil No, James Hahn. And by the way, we're not going to see a lot of big names in here because the PGA Championship is next week, and that's a big deal. 8:01, Christian Ziedenhout, Austin Cook, Chris Stroud, Ryan Moore, Scott Brown. 8:12, Matthew Neesmith, Andrew Novak, Doug Gim, Kramer Hickok, Nate Lashley, Kevin Tway. 8:23, Minwoo Lee, Cam Champ, Tyler Duncan, Adam Scott, Stuart Zink, Mackenzie Hughes. 8:34, Chad Ramey, Trey Mullinax, Hideki Matsuyama, Tyrell Hatton, Robert Streb, and Tom Kim. 8:45, Richie Wierenski, Robert Brem, Aaron Weiss, Luke List, Matt Kuchar, Scott Stallings. 8:56, Grayson Teague, Vincent Willey, Austin Spalding, Bo Van Velt, Adam Hadwin, and Sung-Hoon Kang. We're just going to go through notables at this point. 907, Charlie Hoffman, Kevin Chappell, Brian Stewart, Adam Long, Davis Lipsky, Michael Kim. 918, Wesley Byron, Adam Schenk, Matthias Schwab, Nate Watney, Kelly Krabs, Sudi Kudiara. 929, Justin Sue, Kevin Stradler, Will McGirt, Roger Sloan, Chasen Hadley. 940, Estelonzo Goya, MJ Doffe. 951, Brent Grant, Trevor Cohn, JJ Killeen. 1002, Matthias Schmid, Paul Haley. 1 o'clock, Doc Redman, Max McGreevy, Jason Duffner, Scott Piercy. 111, Eric Cole, Ben Griffin, Sean O'Hare, Ryan Palmer, Joseph Brumlett, and Jonathan Bird. 122, Harry Higgs, Kyle Stanley, Ben Crane, Russell Knox, Grayson Chalmers, Davis Riley. And Riley's in 133, actually, with Seamus Power, Martin Laird, Grayson Higo, Taylor Hogue, Joaquin Herman. 144, Scotty Scheffler, Andrew Landry, Troy Merritt, Lucas Glover, Jason Day, Kungu Lee. 155, Seo Kim, Stefan Yeager, Robbie Shelton, Taylor Montgomery, and Cam Percy. 206, Will Gordon, Davis Thompson, D.A. Point, Zach Blair. 217, DJ Tran, Ryan Moore, Matt McNeely, Dylan Fratelli. 228, Justin Lauer, Jimmy Walker, Sungwoo Kim. 239, Tyson Alexander, Hank Lebioda. 250, Aaron Wright, Kyle Westmoreland, or Kevin Westmoreland. Okay, I was right in the first place. It was Kyle. Dylan Wu, Evan Van Roy. And 301, you have Carson Young, Harrison Endicott. 312, Michael Gilchick, Brandon Matthews, Austin Eckroat. So that's it among notables in the tournament. This will be at TPC Craig Ranch in Texas. So my pick to win this tournament, I'm going to lay I think I'm going to lay a quarter unit on this one. And the player I'm going to pick to win this tournament is going to be, I know Kungu Lee won it last year. I just think that a lot of these guys are going to be looking ahead to next week. A lot of the big guns. So I'm going to go with, this is a hard one. I think there's some good value on the board here. So I am going to go with, this is a tough one. This is so hard. Let's get stupid and crazy. I'm gonna do a quarter unit Ryan Palmer 110-1. Why not? It's a monster payout. He came in 5th in this event last year. And at Wells Fargo, he wasn't bad either. So let's get crazy on a little bit of a pick. All right. Sorry, that took a while. All right, Masked Singer. We're down to the semifinals. We're going to try to be very quick here. So we did do Masked Singer recap on the show last week. And then we're just going to go over who's saying what and my current guesses. McCall sang Your Song by Elton John. It was British Invasion Night, by the way. My guess for McCall, Matt Morrison. Ken said Malachi Culkin. Robin said Davin DeGraw. Nicole said Darren Criss. California Roll performed Creep by Radiohead. My guess, Styx. Jenny said Pentatonics. Nicole said Hamilton. Ken said Miami Sound Machine. UFO performed Tears, Dry on Their Own by Amy Whitehouse. I thought it was Jodie Sweetin. Nicole said Lily Collins. Ken said Rebecca Romaine. Robin said Molly Sims. And Medusa performed Someone Like You by Adele. I think it's Fergie. Robin said Ellie Goulding. Nicole initially had Lord, and then she's thinking Imogen Heap, Regina Spektor, and then Amy Lee. Jenny said Halsey and Ashley Simpson. UFO went home. I said Jodie Sweetin. Robin said Molly Sims. Jenny's final was Gigi Hadid. Nicole said Lily Collins. Ken said Rebecca Romaine. And it was Olivia Culpo, which was one that nobody saw coming. So, predictions for tonight. I'm going to say that the contestant that goes home will be McCall. Because I think we're all set up for a California Roll Medusa rematch in the finale. And I think McCall is Matt Morrison of Glee. All right, now we'll talk about Survivor. We didn't get a chance to talk about Survivor last week. It was a very intriguing episode. So it showed about Franny and Jane being mad about being left out of the Kane vote. And then Carson lied to Jamie that Kane told others about her idol. And then the reward challenge was when the players put on the metal frame to drag out a buoy past a marker before crossing the balance beam while dizzy, attempting to untie and collecting 2 balls. Once through, players raced to the finish where they attempted to land both balls on top of a raised platform. And the first person to win won a trip, or the first person to finish won a trip to the sanctuary, which included a Mexican-themed meal, a night stay, with amenities as well as letters from home. So Franny won the reward and picked Carolyn, Lori, and Heidi to join her. They had themselves a good time. The letters, talking about a Danny blindside. And back at camp, Jamie told others that her idol, in quotations, went home with Kane, but they did not believe her. That idol was fake anyway. The immunity challenge, the players with their arms bound and feet tethered together wriggled over mounds of sand while using their mouth to bite the ring and drag a buoy along the way. Once they had to reach their mats, they unbounded their hands and they maneuvered the buoy through a rope course to the finish, where they untied puzzle pieces and completed a star puzzle, and the first person to finish the puzzle won immunity, and Carson won immunity, so Carson wins yet another puzzle with an immunity. And then Danny was open to the idea about targeting Franny because of her strength and challenges. And a plan was suggested to split votes with Jamie to flush her idol. Jam Jam and Carson seemed to target Franny without telling Carolyn the plan, fearing that they had grown too close. Carolyn thought of flipping the vote on the Heidi, but at Tribal, Franny was sent to the jury, leaving Carolyn and Heidi in the dark. So Franny goes home. Everyone voted for Franny, except for 3 people. Obviously, Franny and Carolyn voted for Heidi. Heidi voted Danny. So we're down to 7. It's Carson, Carolyn, Danny, Heidi, Jamie, Lauren, and Jam Jam. It's a fun 7. I love this season, and I will really starting to enjoy everybody on the show. All right, superlatives from the last episode. Best decision. I really liked Jam Jam playing dumb on Carolyn. When they were talking about the Heidi flip, he's like, oh, he pretended like he was all in. So that makes Jam Jam look good because he was on the right side of yet another vote. Worst decision. I don't like saying winning a reward was the worst decision or worst move. But the worst move of the episode might have been Franny winning the reward, because if she doesn't win the reward, somebody else is going home. Maybe the Heidi blindside works. Maybe they find a way to get Danny out or something like that. My favorite part of the episode was the sanctuary, and I loved that Franny picked a lot of women because they're all moms, or most of them are moms. So that was pretty cool to see. My pick to win, I'm sticking with Danny, but I don't feel good about it, because I do think that there's a possibility that he gets voted out. And next out, I'm going to go with Carson because of his ability to make the puzzles. And I think that's a storyline that people forgot about until he won individual immunity because of his ability to make puzzles. I initially had Danny going home and my new winner pick being Lauren, but it kind of dawned on me with Carson and the puzzles, and I think somebody from that center Tika tribe is due to go home. So I'm going to say Carson goes, and then I'm sticking with Danny for my winner pick. And then immunity winner, I'm going to say Carolyn. Carolyn hasn't won an immunity challenge yet, and I think she's due. So I'm going to say Carolyn wins immunity. All right, news and notes for today. We have a couple schedule leaks. If you missed my show last night predicting some schedule stuff, just check it out. So I'm going to read some Schefter leaks. So the Titans London game will be against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday, October 15th. The Bills will host the Jaguars in London, so the Jaguars will be playing in London twice. The Patriots will play the Colts on November 12th in Germany. Week 4, the Falcons against the Jaguars in London. Jaguars-Bills will be in Tottenham Week 5. Week 6 is Ravens against the Titans in Tottenham. Week 9, Dolphins-Chiefs in Frankfurt. And Week 10 is Colts-Patriots in Frankfurt. And then Falcons-Jaguars will be on ESPN+. So I wonder if that's going to be Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit on that game. And the Jaguars will become the first NFL team to play back-to-back games in London, playing the Falcons at Wembley and the Bills in Tottenham Hotspur in Week 5. A game that got leaked, New Year's Eve, Bengals at Chiefs, Week 17, 4:25 on CBS. So that's a Nance Romo lock right there in Week 17. That is a great game between two of the contenders in the AFC. So we don't know opening night yet. As I said yesterday, I think it's going to be the Eagles, and it should be the Eagles, because how often do you see a Super Bowl rematch in the following season after the matchup? So I'd expect it to be the Eagles, and I'd be disappointed if it's not. A lot of stuff to talk about. The Celtics got booed on home ice, or home court in the game. Draymond has a podcast out talking about how the Warriors come back from 3-1 yet again. The All-NBA defense team came out. Some may feel that there was a snub. The first team, you have Alex Caruso, Drew Holiday, Jaren Jackson Jr., Brook Lopez, and Evan Mobley. And then All-NBA defense, second team, Bam Adebayo, OG Anunoby, Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green, and Derek White. More leaks are being come out of the NFL schedule. We'll get to it in a little bit. So a lot of people are saying that Giannis was snubbed. You could argue he was. But Brook Lopez, Triple J, and Mobley all on the first team. It's like positionless now, which I think is dumb. Because there's a center, a power forward, and a power forward on there, and two guards. And then the second team, you have a center, a power forward, a small forward, a point guard, and a shooting guard. So, okay. The second team is good from a positional standpoint. But these are interesting lists. You know, if Anthony Davis was healthy the whole year, he would have been on here. Same with Kawhi Leonard. Tyrese Halliburton got snubbed from the all-defensive team, and he dropped the perfect meme for it. There could have been a leak about the Orioles' new alternative jerseys. The A's reached a new Vegas site as the team chooses new site in Vegas, scrapping old deal and lowering public funding request to $395 million. There's a group of people trying to bring a baseball team to Orlando as they release renderings of a ballpark in a giant glass dome. Brandon Roy will be representing the Blazers in next Tuesday's draft lottery. Manuel quickly doubtful for Game 5. Mookie Betts avoided the haunted, notorious Milwaukee hotel. He goes, just in case ghost stories are true. DJ Rodman, the son of Dennis Rodman, is linking up with Bronny James and going to USC after playing at Wazoo. Yankees, Red Sox unlikely in Paris, as they have expressed a strong desire to play in 2025 International Series. Aaron Judge off the injured list today with the right hip strain. Or I should say he was off it yesterday. Max Scherzer scratched from his start last night due to neck spasms. David Peterson got the start instead. Max Fried on the injured list again until his forearm heals. timetable recovery TBA. That's really disappointing for the Braves. Gabriel Landeskog out the 2023-24 season after having knee surgery. That's a brutal loss for the Avalanche. And you got to wonder if they're going to make a 1-year rental in the trade market. And sad news in college, Denny Crum passes away at the age of 86. Legendary Louisville coach won 2 national titles with the Cards. That's very sad news. Thoughts and prayers to that family, the Louisville University. Really sad news. And then some more scheduled weeks for you. So a divisional round rematch on Christmas Day, according to Ari Mirov of My Sports Update. Giants at the Eagles will be played on Christmas Day at 4:30. So that's a Christmas league. That's a division round rematch from last year. It doesn't say who's home in that game. I think it should be Philly because they were just in the Super Bowl. So that's a pretty good NFC East matchup there. That was just leaked. Yes. It's at Philly. Giants at Philly. 4:30 on Fox on Christmas Day. And that'll probably be Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson on the call. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. This is a hard one for today, and there's a couple that jumped out to me, but one in particular, I'm going to go with a half unit on under 8 between the Dodgers and the Brewers. Kershaw and Miley have both been really good this year. So it's just an easy pick. Under 8, minus 106 between Dodgers and the Brewers for my best bet of the day. All right, that's it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything, looking at everything tomorrow as well. And then obviously we have the schedule reaction show on Thursday night as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.